Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another game review. Today's game review is going to be for a new indie RPG that just released. It is called Deathbulge Battle of the Bands. The story of Deathbulge Battle of the Bands is that basically you have three band members, Faye, Ian, and Briff. And basically at the start of the game, they find out there's this big Battle of the Bands competition. And so Faye, Ian, and Briff all enter the competition together as a band. And what they find out about the competition is that it is far from an ordinary competition. What they end up finding out in this Battle of the Bands competition is that they can attack each other and other bands by playing their music. So that's a little bit about what the game is all about. Now let's start talking about the gameplay of the game. Now in the gameplay of Deathbulge, you get a 3-man party, so you get 3 people in your party the entire game. You get a party of Faye, Ian, and Briff. Those are the main 3 party members you get for the entire game. And battles in the game are turn-based, and they are not random encounters, so you can see enemies when you're traveling through areas. You basically come into contact with the enemy by running into them, and then a battle will begin. Battles in this game are turn-based, so basically you see character icons, they get to the end of the gauge, and then the character gets that turn. But the unique thing about this game is that the gauge, you can put what are called measures on either your own gauge or the enemy's turn gauge. So basically what the measures are is they are buffs or debuffs that you can put on your gauge or the enemy's gauge. So you could do an effect like speeding up a gauge with a measure. Alternatively, you could also do a negative measure like slowing down a turn gauge, and you can put that on the enemy's gauge and make them get their turn slower. In this combat system, it is very important to put debuffs on enemies and then to put positive effects buffs that make your party stronger on your turn gauge. So you want to do things like speed up the rate at which your party can get their turns and then slow down the rate at which enemies get their turn. What you can also do is do things like healing over time. You can do damage over time. There's all kinds of different buffs and debuffs you can put on the different turn gauges of the player or the enemy in the game. So during battle, to use abilities, you have to use what is called hype. So every ability in the game has a hype cost. It costs a certain amount of hype to use. And so basically to get hype during battle, it regenerates over time during battle. And if you have a backup band member, they get their hype regenerated quicker. So during battle, you choose one band member to be at the front of the group, and that's going to be the person who is primarily targeted by attacks. And then the backup band members that are not in the front regenerate their hype quicker so they can use their abilities again sooner. So the battle system actually has quite a lot of strategy to it because you got to really figure out which measures you want to put on your gauge, which measures you want to put on the enemy gauge, and then also which band members to keep at the front, which one to keep as the backup band members during battle. And so there's a lot of strategy to the battles in the game, and the battle system in this game is very, very good. Now, once you win a battle, you will be awarded EXP. Get enough EXP on your characters, and they level up and get stronger. In addition, for winning battles, you also get money, which can be spent at stores. Now, outside of battle, you can equip equipment on your characters and basically change around their job classes. Each character class has different strengths and weaknesses. And basically the mods and the gear that you equip on your characters, which can be bought from stores or gotten from side quests, can completely change the attacks and the character class of your characters. And that's actually another very positive thing of the game is the incredible amount of character customization. You can completely customize what type of attacks your characters have. You can change your character class depending on the stuff you have equipped on them. And there's a pretty good amount of character customization in the game. Next, I want to talk about the story of Deathbulge. So Deathbulge has you playing as 3 different band members, Faye, Ian, and Briff. All 3 of the main characters I thought were awesome in this game. The writing in this game was very, very good. The game has a good sense of humor. The writers did a really good job with the writing. The characters were very entertaining in this game. They were very well written. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is some of the flaws I feel this game has. So we're going to go over what flaws this game has. So the biggest flaw I got to point out is that there was multiple game crashes throughout my entire playthrough of the game. It wasn't just a one-time thing, but it happened multiple times during my playthrough of the game. And that is the biggest flaw of this game in my opinion. So basically the way the game crash would happen is that basically I would run into an enemy to start a battle. But instead of the battle loading, it would instead stop at a black screen and the battle would never load. The second flaw I found Deathbulge to have is that I felt like that character levels did not really make me feel like I was getting that much more powerful. I feel like my characters didn't really get that much more powerful even after getting multiple level ups. And in a game where the max level is level 20, you really got to make every level up that you get feel like it's making your characters a lot more powerful. So those would be my overall two biggest criticisms of the game is the level ups not making you feel like you're getting that much more powerful after leveling up. And then of course the multiple game crashes that happen. Now the last two things I'm going to talk about are the graphics and the music. The graphics in Deathbulge for an indie game are really well done. The animations for the characters are incredible. The music in the game was also done incredibly well. Many of the area themes were really good. I was very impressed with the battle themes, the area themes in the game. The music and the graphics were very, very good in this game, especially for an indie game made by a small team of developers. So overall, what are my thoughts on Deathbulge Battle of the Banks? Overall, I think it's a good indie RPG game, and I think that the content in the game is very good. The battles are enjoyable. The battle system is awesome in the game. The game has a really good soundtrack, some really awesome characters. And then overall, the flaws I felt like the game had were the game crashes and then the characters not feeling like they got that much more powerful even after getting multiple level ups. But overall, the game had a lot of really good stuff going for it, a lot of really great gameplay ideas, some really good storyline writing, some really good characters, great music. And I had a lot of fun playing through the game, and I overall recommend it despite some of the flaws it has. Overall, I want to say thank you for watching my Deathbulge review. I really greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure to subscribe for more RPG game reviews, more RPG ranking videos, more RPG top 5 videos here on the channel. And also follow me over on Twitch. Thank you all very much for watching the review. I really greatly appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next YouTube video. Thank you all so much. Everybody have a good one.